All right. Chat. All right. Now, all right. Let's see here. All right. It's 120, 170. Don't really need the Letterman's jacket. Twenty-five runs. Alright, did I get a... trial I haven't unlocked yet. The right to Kiko. Just do gates. I'm just gonna go do gates. Anyway, the wind blows. If it's square. I've received one. I need to go do my scratch offs. Boo. Where else can I get some easy? I think the triple triad room. Oh, you know what I could check on? Win 10 triple triad. Oh no. Give me your second card. Oh, I gotta go somewhere for that. Is that a duty thing I need to do? Not duty support. Duty finder. There we go. Two or more sites touching other codes. Oh. somehow I won that. Don't know how. Don't ask me. Somehow I won that one.
Hello there.
Hello there, Jolan True.
Jolan True. Oh.
It is suddenly warm back here.
Gold saucer, eh?
Indeed. I was trying to find things I can do that won't take all day to earn some of the Moggle tomestones.
I need to look at the Moogle, see if there's anything I want.
There's a couple of mounts that I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. Get in there. One more. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright. Pardon me. On my way to Revenant's Toe.
I've been invited to a party.
Yeah. Remember that person who was AFK in Ishgard like 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, now they're here.
Samurai.
Oh, yeah. Better change that, huh? Entering the Rising Stones.
E. Talk to Tartaru.
Tartaru! Ach, Bol!
Akbol. There. Yeah. Talking to Tartaru.
Tartaru has a request for you. Just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. About to find out.
Oh, it's just north out of the north, wherever it's tall. Forge in here. Oh, person called that has sales. What have a weapon on? So you've seen this big honking sword on your back.
I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments.
What? That Darfell looks entirely too.
Right, everyone? Ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. Tartaru.
I will kill all of you.
He 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 he. There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time. All in good time.
I mean, she's made clothes for literally everyone else. Like, aha! Found you! Alphino wants everyone in the solar for a meeting. Don't know what it's about, but it seemed to think it was very important. Right, but the whole thing about not having leaders anymore, he isn't telling me where the fuck I go and when. Right?
Correct. Go on. We have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting.
I oppose. Why are we standing around? Red mages definitely don't have a heal spell.
Yeah, summoning a primal.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, but you're no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamegan, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no. His plans are flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, there is often a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire. The alliance must be reformed. Agreed. I should depart for Limsa Mensa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphinaud and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger of Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric and encourage him to send an envoy. Tataru, Cryle, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Gridania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored, Valdemar. And so I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice,
Hey,
as you will yours.
go outside.
Also, hi, Frary. Thanks for popping
Hey,
in.
Frary.
Also, we have now seen that this game does know how to transfer us from one point to another cinematically.
I think like the third or fourth time it's done it now.
Alright. To Ishgard.
Got this
Tele-
one?
Yep.
Where are we off to? Sir Emeric, right?
Yeah.
Be at the
Forgotten Night.
See ya. Greetings, warrior of light. What business brings you to Ishgard? See. Sit here, I will summon Sir Amaric. Good to see you, my friend. It is but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I'd certainly have sent for some wine. Your business. Thank you for bringing these developments in Alameda to our attention. Ishgard will, of course, send an envoy to attend the Council of Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly. I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements. I thank you. A representative, whoever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations. For Sir Handaloo, he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. May accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment. Make ready to depart for Gridania. Have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Here he speeds you on your way.
Speaking to Lucia.
Yar. Lucia seems eager to set forth for Gridania. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. Must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. There's a etherite to the gates right now.
I believe so.
Ah, yeah.
Waiting at the destination.
Meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agrees that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it's my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone. The ink scarce dry on the Republic's book of statuses. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, see that the garrison is ready to defend the building. Setting up report. Garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me? May see a familiar face. Hey!
Old girl, how wonderful it is to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse...
Hey, do not trouble yourself on a while. We shall be on our way soon. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander.
Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate with these developments with Lord Francel in the Observatorium.
So you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Front. Oh, that's you.
Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? You and me both, old girl. I doubt I'd ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from veterans and Honorwall's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old girl. Off to Gridania with you.
Right. Got this one?
I got this one. To Gridania.
Indeed. Before we teleport out of the place, the Aetheroid Plaza, I want to maybe hit up that vendor.
Right.
So it's this person up here, right?
For...
Is it the faceware stuff?
yeah. Items. And then the faces we wear.
Okay, so those are just basically the same as what I've got. Right.
Yeah, but they just don't take a head slot, so you can have a hat and those glasses on.
Yeah. If I did. If I took the glam off my head, I could then have glasses and a monocle on the same eye. Where did you get the sunglasses from?
The ones that I'm wearing now, I don't remember. Auction house, maybe.
Alright. Alright, as we're here, I have to do the obligatory. No, no strong donkulus is else is around. Particularly.
My waifu.
Gone. Skidoodle Kiru. Nothing particularly egregious other than the waifu one.
Nope.
Come on. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions. I find that I'm raptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now, as when I first laid eyes upon it. Fear that this time, however, events should not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. An allied decision. Sir Aymeric is ready to attend the council.
Stupidest salute in the world.
Folding your arms in front of you.
Oh, they do like the I Dream of Genie.
And then the head nod, yeah.
I don't know why we're running there. We can...
I know, because we've not been here in a while.
That's true.
The calm before the storm, as it were. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very good. This way if you Oh. And the Laminsian party as well. I'd hoped to slip in unnoticed. I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Aymeric. Admiral, always a pleasure. Adventures. Trust you're well. The day for reunions, it seems. Believe you are well acquainted with my escort.
I was glad to hear from Rio that the missing Scions have now been found.
There's much and more I would discuss with you, but let's first attend to the issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends.
Okay. We're seeing the Alliance starting to mobilize now. Alphino is smelling a rat, which could just be his own cologne.
Talking to Alphino.
Yeah.
That the Council was able to reach such an accord so swiftly is heartening development in itself. I only hope that my misgivings prove unfounded.
Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you.
Sir Emric.
Oh, that's you. Master Alphino. A pleasure as always. And Mistress Alizé, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I'd hoped to thank the adventurers for serving as our escort, or other duties called them as they. I also wish to thank our Doman ally.
Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows.
No apology necessary, Mr. Surgeri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard's support. The nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance's leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer if not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seer to accept us both. Very much appreciated the gesture.
I only did my duty, Sir Emeric. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side.
Full glad we are to have you. Pray, convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. What's wrong with a simple sorry? Thank you. These politicians always must just speak out of everything.
That is how we adults speak, dear sister.
No, it fucking isn't. They have the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way. Are you coming as the Revenants told you, Gary?
Actually, I think I shall pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I am curious to know how Papalimo and Yida fared in their talks to the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Belsar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon.
Set up, teleport. Second. Oh, all right. I am. Right, what are we doing?
Talking to Alice.
Rising Stones. Rising Stones. Alizé. Welcome back. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all the talking is over. I understand these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh in every word before you speak it? That I'll ever feel at home around politics. That's why I don't. I just fucking say shit. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Talking to Alize. Griffin on the wall. Griffin. Something penises. What? Don't know what you're talking about. Alize seems eager to discuss the council's decision with the other Scions. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toil, it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long.
What?
Ah, your return from the council. But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? Mine apologies, friends. I trust we had not kept you waiting over long.
Hello, everyone. Oh, Quile, how's Nargo doing? It's happened, and I don't want to fight it, but I've turned her into Pinky. Oh, greetings, everyone. Quile, how's Nago doing? She will be all right, won't she? Barf. I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Andrew's keeping a close eye on her. We'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition.
Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I'm certain she will make full recovery.
Thank goodness for that.
Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision?
Each of the nations, Ishgard included, is committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean alliance will soon...
You cannot seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite...
Hey! Thanks, Baz, for the resub. Dropping that brine.
To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there was some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Battlesaw's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I'm familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me.
As familiar as are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too.
I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It's been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Crow and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Leviers? I will return to East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem to be wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, adventurer? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask you that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on?
To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you.
Speaking to Alphino.
Yeah.
If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Belsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Meet you in the bar.
Outside. Well, let's go out to the E3. Sometimes the bar's a bit buggy.
Setting up transport.
Okie. So how are you, Baz? What's been going on? Alpha, no. Just been told that you're redundant? Jesus fuck. That sucks, my dude.
Ah, there you are. Come, Americerix. A spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments on the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We're about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have any need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory.
Don't worry. We'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it.
Do make up your mind, Nita. Only a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck, so which is it to be? It would be best to decide before we enter into negotiations.
Trust me. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. Talking part I leave to you.
I think I feel a headache coming on. Let us be on our way, shall we? Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for that spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us.
Right, I'm going to need 5 minutes before we do anything else. Alright?
Alright.
Alright, be right back.
That's horrible to hear, Baz. You have our sympathies here. Ooh, running maps. Good luck. I hope the roulette rooms treat you all well. Yeah, but there's a difference between retiring in your when you're ready for it and being told.
All right. I am back.
Welcome back.
What are we doing? We're heading off to...
The Spire.
Well, they said they offered an uninterrupted view of Van Balsar's war. That's quite interrupted, if you ask me. Huge fucking trees and shit. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. Find them on the observation platform. Clear, proceed.
Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well.
I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? The sight of you might help remind them why we bothered.
If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honour it is to stand at your side? 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All
Be
has been
quiet. Had been quiet. Report. What? 7 hounds. Fighting is broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault.
So the Griffin has made his move.
Someone has. What's that supposed to mean? Attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colours.
Impossible. We gave no such order.
It's the trap.
Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We've been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception.
Those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts. The Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war.
Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Warrior, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course. They are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of the raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety?
Ah, don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal. You can count on me.
We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm.
Feels like there's a duty or a dungeon coming up.
There is.
It's dead given as to who it is. Forward, comrades. Time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo. Force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Disappeared.
From what Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. We have two objectives. I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightaways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. I know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way. The time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path to the griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary.
There it is.
Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time.
There we go. To start the recruitment. Is there anyone online?
I don't see anyone on the right now. I'm posting in the Discord real quick. I think just queue us up.
Yeah. Yeah. Bells of... What?
I wonder if it's one of the dungeons for the...
Oh, maybe. Oh my god, there's a person in here called Johnny Bravo.
Yeah!
And our healer just left.
Ah, damn it.
Sit around waiting for a healer.
Yep. Any good loots in the map, Spaz?
I think I may have insulted Johnny Bravo.
I'm gonna get the whole. Alright, well done.
Agreed. Fuck you, right?
Say what?
We are queued up, right?
Yeah. Just finding members. Click on duty information, Bob.
Yeah.
Do you have a thing that says a button lit up that says add members?
No.
No, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum.
There we go.
Hey. What?
Do healers really not want to do this fucking dungeon?
Guess not.
All right, let's go.
Bum, 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 bum,
I wonder if that's half the reason for the first one left. I've raised the ire of a nerd in the bag. Throwing ire. Dead. I don't have res yet. Well, that was going too good to be true.
Yep.
Don't. I need you to pop some mitigation according to. Oh, sounds like you just got to pull less, Jordan.
I didn't pull them.
Or if Johnny Bravo was doing anything to actually lead this. looking like Johnny may be, tank the armor that's attacking our healer. Alright, so Johnny Bravo is a fucking idiot. I'm learning.
It would appear that way.
He's doing no DPS, and he pulled that pack and is saying, "Oh, they just ran up on us."
There we go.
Well, there goes all my mana, so I'm just gonna be sitting there fucking casting spells this entire boss fight.
Kill them. Hush. Helpful. know that.
When you get red marks, do not move or attack. Well, other than that, I'd have just been dead. So I was getting red marks and the chain. And if I don't kill the thing with the chain on, it's going to kill me. Great dungeon design, Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, next boss. Okay. Claws on the healer. Doesn't feel like the desperate scramble that the intro to this dungeon led me to believe.
Yeah, nope.
You know? So arm's length is mitigation, slows enemy when they hit you.
I thought it was just a don't get knocked back that I could never seem to time out properly.
Well, Johnny Bravo just pulled without the healer in. So, GG, I guess?
Oh, fucking dope.
They really need to fix their fucking timing in this game. It's really starting to piss me off. Like, there are several times that I've been out of, like, orange circles and stuff on the ground several seconds before the detonation goes off or whatever, and I still take damage. Fucking hate that. I didn't move! Fuck you, game. Done. Bullshit.
Might explain why it took those 3 tries to get healers.
Yeah, this dungeon. Like, the orange mark on the ground thing isn't just in here. It happens all over the place, right? Where people are... Like, I'm often out of the orange mark on the ground before it goes away, and then I still end up taking damage, and I think that's some bullshit, personally. It's like the damage happens several seconds before the actual animation of... It just happened again there. But the... Anything for the next boss, Baz? Johnny Bravo is easy.
Flash powder, players should turn away. So it's petrifying stun, eye gaze thing.
Not really, just avoid shit. He will jump to the edge of the arena, so watch for that. Falling spears kill the center one. This is the kind of thing I was expecting to see from the get-go. The healer will get trapped, free them while they take a fair hit. All right.
The dudes in
He's talking about the next boss.
yeah, I was expecting more of seeing
Like when they're
these.
talking about like it's being like overrun and everything, I was expecting to be overrun from like the start of the dungeon, not just the last bit. Right? Everything else and everywhere else has been like kind of calm, right? Oh, I'm so shocked. Even though I totally recognized your fucking voice.
Kill the one in the middle for a safe spot. Something that will target the healer. Need to get them out. Also, I queued with him, but we need to get a new person if they don't come back. How to vote to kick.
Yeah, like when we met the Griffin last week, I went, "Hang on a minute, that's Ilbert's voice." How to kick? How to kick? Ah, yes. Your place somewhere on that menu.
Oh, not you.
Oh.
Vote dismiss. There we go. Offline. Well, I guess we gotta wait till all the items are done. We're being rolled on.
It's because the player can't roll, so you have to wait for timeout. Yeah. This next one's got 60 seconds left. Kitty.
It doesn't look like anything because of the way I have the
The
chat box
button.
scaled.
I'm pretty glad. Right.
Vote dismiss. Offline. Yes. So chat can see the cats.
Hey. Hold on. Welcome. I used to play WoW. Step in, if it seals off, they might get it.
Can't stand goblins, Baz.
I mean, I'm in the same boat, Baz.
Alright.
Oh, target it. That's just Raoban's ability from the Grand Battle.
It seems that way. Alright, here comes the healer thing, I think.
playing sloppy. You're not getting hit by any fucking bomb. Like, if that was a voice line that happened when someone got hit by something, I'd understand it. Hey!
Dun, dun, dun,
Fuck out
dun,
of the
dun.
healer. Oh, she left already. Oh. The person who shut off the final boss gets the commendation. Oh my god. Give me the dog.
Did you need it?
Didn't. I rolled greed on it. And won it anyway! Whee!
I passed on it just so you could have the British Bulldog.
Can't get it out anymore. Alright, cutscene time. I'll say this. I'm not a big fan of the goblin aesthetic, Baz, but I'm very much interested in the story, so I can't see myself doing a lot of like extraneous stuff in 11.1, but I do want to play through the story and go raiding with my friends, so I'll live with it.
You're beating me, aye. But you cannot stop it happening.
Beating both your eyes and the other two that you've got.
A glimpse of things to come.
See what I did there?
Yup. Call him a nerd.
We did it! We showed the bastards! Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die, the
Laurentian.
gods may live. Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
War machines! How did they get here so quickly? Stand your ground! For the resistance!
That was a fucking brutal shot.
I'm fucking leaving.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Yes, that's 2 of these fucking pricks down, 5 to go.
I think if I'm remembering, if you decide to stay, he basically force pushes you
Yeah.
into the airship.
Talking to Ida. Why? Didn't they let me stay? Happily was my friend. I should have been there with him.
Could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louisoix wore that same look right before the end.
You think I don't know that? I know, alright? I know!
There's nothing more you could have done. Ilbert could have caught us all off guard. Even the warriors of light were powerless to stop him.
Let's try.
If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you'll never forget what Papilumo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you.
Don't speak to me.
Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here.
talking to Awful Nerd. It's plain that recent events have shaken Awful.
Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred's right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send your word to Ishtola and the others of our imminent return.
So, as Baz says, the illusion of choice, right? I mean, that's just Final Fantasy 14 in a nutshell. There is no choice. The most you will get is like an extra line of dialogue. Because heaven forbid anything stand in the way of the story. Lord forbid that things don't play out exactly as they predict. It's still just fucking stuff. It's like, for example, right? And you probably knew this was coming up. The Eyes of Nidhogg, right? I was very outspoken about the fact that no, my Warrior of Light is not stupid enough to just throw them into a hole. You either pierce them with your sword, or you give them back to Hraesvelgr. Right? Like... But that would have gotten in the way of the story. There are several times where... Like the Ilberd thing. It's like, of course it's fucking Ilberd. It was his voice coming out of the mask. Right? Like... Sometimes it can have flavour to the text, but rarely has any real effect. It will never have a real effect, Baz. I doubt it will ever have a real effect. It's one of the reasons the world is so open and empty. It's one of the reasons that dungeons are basically... Like, I was in a dungeon the other day, and we had a first-time healer in there. And the tank pulled door to door, and we wiped. And the tank started telling the healer, like, you're bad, stop doing this. And I'm like, hang on a minute. This healer told you it was the first time in here, they're learning healing, and you still pulled wall to wall. And they're like, yeah, but otherwise dungeons are boring. And I'm like, yeah, because heaven forbid you actually have to do mechanics in a dungeon. Right? There's so much wrong with the way Final Fantasy approaches being an MMO that it's not okay in a lot of circumstances. The focus on a distinct lack of player agency is one thing, because like even WoW doesn't have player agency, but at least you get some choices to make in WoW.
And you also feel like you're doing something as you're going through.
Like the whole story with... Like, let's just compare The War Within, right? In The War Within, you haven't... Like, the fight with Queen Ansarak, for example, if we compare that to, say... Actually, let's use something that's actually a direct comparison, right? Which is the poisoning of Nanama'o and the machine speaker in the Ringing Deeps, right? you actively have to defeat the machine speaker before the NPCs can do their thing to help cleanse the machine speaker. Before, but in Final Fantasy 14, you were just sitting there watching the whole thing play out. There's a certain amount of not that stupid that they've expressed that to some extent in Dawn Trail. The dungeons are much more mechanically complex. Right, but dungeons shouldn't be... Like, I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't think dungeons should be part of the storyline. Dungeons shouldn't be part of an MSQ. Neither should trials, neither should raids. None of it. Or if they are, provide a story version like WoW does. And I know that there's like duty roulette or whatever it's called, or what is it called?
Duty support.
Duty support, right? But like, if I didn't know this existed, the game doesn't tell me it exists, right? The game doesn't tell me duty support exists. I had to have Jordan and the Guildie tell me that. WoW hits you over the head with the fact that follower dungeons exist.
Well, when the first time we get to one of the dungeons, it does say you can take a party of NPCs with you. It's just we're in a party and you can't take a player and NPCs. It's only...
Actually, it does. Where does it tell me that, Baz? I've gone through here to Heaven's Ward twice, and I've never had a quest that goes, "Hey man, here's how we go duty support." The first time you enter Sastasha, it pops a dialogue that tells you. Okay.
And each of the gates, if you click on the gate to go in,
Be honest. How many people are going to click on the gate to go in and not go through? When you hit 15 or 16, also tells you maybe more recent that you've played. (15 or 16) also tells you. Yeah, I don't know whether I just wasn't paying attention to those or whatever, but a dialogue pop up compared to an actual fucking quest that makes you do a follower dungeon is bullshit.
given how much other stuff they make
Throw at you at 15 and 16.
well, they make you do solo anyway. You'd think that here's a dungeon to tell you how to access duty support.
And here's
Well,
the most important
Of course,
thing.
would of course require them to go back and redo the whole new player experience and rejigger things from.
Oh, you mean the thing that desperately they need to do?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. WoW's dungeons are not mandatory.
I have done exactly 2 dungeons in War Within.
All right, let me rephrase that. There is one dungeon that is mandatory, and it is the follower dungeon. To teach you the follower dungeons exist. There's then a quest line at maximum level that will take you in to defeat the final boss of the raid on story mode, aka solo. with your companions, so that you can see the end cutscene of the raid.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot that you miss by not doing.
Yep.
There's chunks of the story you miss by not doing the big story dungeon
Yeah.
series and raid series.
That's one of the things that WoW does, I think, a little bit better than they only recently added duty support to a lot of the dungeons. That might be why. That's one thing. I don't want to necessarily say WoW does better, but one thing I prefer the way that WoW does it, which is tying the raids and things into story. Right? Having recently gone through the Alexander raid here in 14 and starting the Void Ark raid recently, they've got fuck all to do with the main story. Have you done the Alexander raid, Jordan?
Not on this character, but I've done it.
But you've done it. All right.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for the Alexander raid, by the way. And bear in mind, this is coming from someone who's like second favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future, and one of his favorite TV shows of all time is Doctor Who. It's a bunch of time travel bollocks that is just nonsense. And you meet this character, and they're like, "Oh, there's this like Aura who's all blue, and we're supposed to give a shit about them, even though they do nothing to ingratiate themselves to you." And it's just, time is this weird circular loop, and it's like, oh, you just fucking lost me. You just lost me. I don't care. just next fight, please. Whereas, like, if you compare that to, say, Nax Ramus in Vanilla, well, it wouldn't be Vanilla WoW, would it? It would be something in Burning Crusade. So you'd compare that to, say, I haven't had a chance to do coils yet, Baz, because from everything I've been told by our FC, I should wait till I'm maximum level to do coils because no one fucking queues for it, so that I can go in there unsynced, basically.
That's basically the only reason why I've never been able to do it. It's because nobody wants to do it.
At level. And do you know coils will never come from Raw Rhetoric? I did know that. This is another reason why I've not been pushing it. But you would compare, like, Alexander, if that's the raid tier for Heavenswood, you'd compare that to, like, Karazhan, Gruul, Tempest Keep, and Black Temple from Burning Crusade, all of which were inherently tied into the storyline. The difficulty at level is almost as hard as Savage. Oh, okay. That'd be why no one does it. Yeah, I like the way that WoW ties their raids a bit more into the story. It avoids an entire raid tier being based on a completely different game franchise, and bringing up really weird, like, storyline problems, such as Final Fantasy XIV is canon within its own universe. Do you know that, Jordan?
I think I remember seeing something about that.
So the Nier Automata raids take you to the world of Nier Automata, right? But the world of Nier Automata is Earth in the future, which means Earth is canon in Final Fantasy XIV. So the universe that we have been told is the source and the 13 reflection is bollocks, because Earth is canon in Final Fantasy XIV, and it's from the future, So that means us sitting here playing Final Fantasy 14 now is canon within Final Fantasy 14. Humans are canon in Final Fantasy 14, not just humans. I think I've broken Jordan. Could you imagine, like genuinely, could you imagine if WoW turned around and went 11.2, I'll raid this tier, it's going to be a StarCraft raid. Because that's effectively what Final Fantasy 14 did with the Nier raid. They were like, we've got a new Nier coming out. We need to promote it. Let's put it in our most popular game. And from what I read, the guy who made Nier tried playing through Final Fantasy 14 and couldn't make it to the first Titan fight.
I don't blame him. We barely made it to the first Titan fight.
That's true. It's fucking true. Oh.
I almost messaged you today and said I need a break from Final Fantasy. Let's go play StarCraft or WoW or something.
Alright, let's talk to Alizé, shall we? Yoko Taro is insane. Yeah, but not insane enough to enjoy ARR, apparently.
Talking to Alizé.
Yeah. See me bring ill tidings, brother.
Aye. Behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilberd. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on.
You know exactly how. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
By the 12.
I don't understand. Attempt such a magic require every ounce of one's ether. No one, even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive.
Indeed, it was ever the last resort, as I am certain Papalimo was aware.
Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave.
I have yet been able to explain how Ilberd came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depth of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Mayhap it was the work of an Ascian, but now is not the time for idle speculation. Kryl, I have need of your assistance.
Yes, of course.
We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight.
Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I'll certainly do my best.
As shall I. Let us be about it then. What? Without... Oh, sorry, that's a Alizé line.
What? Without so much as a by your leave? Pray forgive Arconistola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of her will to act. Desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in mine own way. By thy leave, Lady Alizé, I shall honour our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Perhaps I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice.
Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbert's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it.
So I do believe that's the end of 3.5.1.
Yeah.
All right.
Alizé.
Castrian roll. Yeah, I'm gonna run coils on synced when I get a chance. As I get higher. Talking to Alizé. Interminable wait for news from Gridania seems to be taking its toll on Alizé. Adventurers, I wish I had more to tell you. The situation in the Shroud remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before communication from the Alliance. One moment. Yes, of course. Our representative will be present. Thanks. Word from Gridania. The Council will be shortly reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble.
They wish to discuss the Primal, of course. As of Ystola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged.
Yes, but the Elder Seedseer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I'm told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his sex of thieves to proceedings.
A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better.
Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tartary's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. .6. I didn't think they did .6 patches, Baz. Because I know that it wasn't 2.6, it was 2.55. Because they say they only do 0.5, they only do 5 patches, but even they bollocks everything up. Oh, it's this bloke. Last set before Shadowbringers. Okay.
A word, if you would, sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow.
Oh, Stormblood.
Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Analand's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes. You're in Eorzea?
Ah, Duty comes before all.
Ah.
Guardsman, are you all right?
Yeah, I knew this was the last patches before Stormblood. I'm just really confused as to why everyone says they only do 5 story patches after a after a
Expansion.
after an expansion when they clearly do 6 because both expansions have had 6 so far. Because if you have 5.55, you have 6 patches. I'll meet you outside. So we did all of 3.5, but this dude just stood next to the Aetheryte. They do interim patches sometimes, fixes up. Right, but that's not a major story patch. It's not adding quests. That's like a balance patch or a hot fix or something. But they act like what I'm trying to say is like content patches, not like patches. Alright, setting up teleport. Right, but did 718 release any storyline content? Baz. Internet. Conjurer's Guild. Not really. So then it wasn't a content patch. 7.0 and 7.1 are your content patches. So, for example, with what we're playing right with, let's take ARR, right? If you look at ARR, it is listed as having let's have a look here. Patch 2.1, patch 2.2, patch 2.3, patch 2.4, patch 2.5 before the full part 1, and patch 2.55 before the full part 2, which is twice as long as before the full part 1. That is a 0.6 patch. And if you look at Heavensward, it's the same way. It's patch 2.1, patch 2.2, patch 2.3, patch 2.4, patch 2.5, and then patch 2.4, patch 3.56.
Part 2.
Part 2. Nope, that's 0.6. It's about bringing in content patches. Difference between like a contents patch and a balance pass. Alright, Conjurer's Guild. Talking to the silent conjurer. Guessing you're already inside.
Nope. Distracted.
Ah, yes, this is 3.56, not 3.6. I know it's listed as 3.56, but it's 3.6, let's be honest. They wanted to stick to this, we only do 5 post patches so badly that they just...
Speaking to the silent conjurer.
I've already been teleported inside, so. Start partners.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Alright, nothing we didn't already know.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Carteneau, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut. We could face another calamity.
So the primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as he would.
Fuck off, Nero.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
What in the hell's a yielding?
Fucking love you, Amaric.
Pleasure to see you too, Garland.
Who the fuck are you?
People why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me.
We don't take this villain at his word.
I'll keep an eye on it.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Alagon relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. It would seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Guardian and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to carry it.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Speaking to Alpha now.
Talking to that awful nerd.
Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place.
That's a rather undeveloped expectation. Alright. The Greater Obsescence. Alphino is eager to join Sid and the others.
Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alize is already on her way, and it would do not to lag too far behind. Let us be off. To the airship landing.
Indeed.
right, Sid.
Hey. All right, you're ready to go. The others have stepped onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted they be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding.
And you let him, despite his very timely offer of assistance. The thought of that man poking about the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence.
Calm yourself, nerd. Your sister was adamant that you would never leave her fucking sight. She and Yagiri are... Ah, there they are now. Right. Think that's about everyone. Should I set course for Cartano?
Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear as an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh shit.
Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Your tongue, want your opinion, or ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Awful Nerd speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordor. We can reconvene at the Rising Stones.
Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Y'shtola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I'm able. Adventure, pray accompany Alizé back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing that you are present to entertain our guest.
Right. Everyone heading to Mordor is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. You're traveling with Master Garland? Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Walking to Sid?
Talking to Sid.
Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. We adjourn to the Rising Stones then. Airship on guard. Okay, yeah. Oh. Fuck you, Nero.
Reg calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
Okay.
There didn't
Same
seem
actress,
much point
different.
in staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Elsa. Papalima Bolter's sister. We should rest it.
By your leave!
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Door. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why you come to Eorzea?
Search of you, Yugiri. Days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome view, smoke, light dawn, and I learned what misplaced countrymen's work beset this mighty man. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate him so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril. Donna calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which find me here.
The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater license.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold. There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality...
Why do I see Jordan maining samurai for Stormblood?
Or would you rather debate the duty and leave it
Like, I can tell what they're trying to do with, like, talk about it after that scene.
Then why did you not say so? My blade is outbound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our
Alright, Tataru. Adventurer, wait. Could I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me in the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you?
You're lucky to make that out of your life.
Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you like. Assuming you measure correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the warrior light is, well, let's just say it makes all of the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you.
Right. Shall we speak with Ida?
Indeed.
Ida shine with rekindled determination. So we have to make a mega up, right? When do we start?
Ida, are you sure that's...
I'm sure. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine. I feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Awful nerd, mayhap you could return to Gridania and Sister Stola and Cryo.
A fine suggestion.
The rest of us have formed the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while the adventurers, Ida and our Doman friends, take care of security. Excelsior is by the lake just outside of town. We'll leave as soon as everyone's ready. So the way they write him and the way they have the voice actor playing him, I am convinced that they were trying to get Andrew Robinson to voice Nero. He's definitely got that sort of Garak sort of I've always got an answer for everything sort of thing going on, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so it's almost 6 o'clock. Do we want to risk getting trapped in another, 35-minute cutscene? Or do we want to just end here and pick it up Friday? Monday? Come on, brain. Fucking Friday, brain.
I'm gonna go with, let's... not get trapped in a cutscene. I know it's 2 quests to go, Baz, but
Yeah,
last
but
Monday...
we'll get to that last cutscene, and there'll be like 25 minutes of cutscenes or whatever, and we need to be out of here at 6:30.
Yeah.
So, and last Monday, like Monday that we just gone,
Yeah.
we tried to push it, and we didn't end up getting offline until like
Almost
6:45, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're going to have to
Cut it here.
All right. Let's see if we got a raid target. Start the outro.
Alright, folks, thanks for coming and checking us out. Shout out to Baz for the Prime sub. Again. Best way to know when we go live is, of course, to follow us here. But sometimes Twitch do be twitching, so please feel free to follow us on any of the major 4 microblogging websites. On X, we are 321 Podcast. On Blue Sky, we are 321tv.bsky.social. On Threads, we are at 321_tv.live. And on Mastodon, on the mastodon.social server, we are at 321_tv. Please also check out the wee little merch store over at 321-tv-shop.fourthwall.com, where we have cups, sweatshirts, joggers, basketball shorts, and a playmat.
Very small churches.
Very small churches, weak beer.
And other things that may float.
Except ducks. We don't have ducks.
Or witches.
Or witches. Over there. So we're going to send you off to...
we're going to send you off to see Adam.
Alright.
AKA Seabats. He's playing some Monster Hunter Wilds. Adam loves him some Monster Hunter, so head over there and say hi to Adam.
Send you off, as we always do, guys, gals, non-binary pals, all those beyond that spectrum. In the words of the 16th President of these here United States, Abraham Lincoln, please be excellent to each other. Party on gender-specific honorifics, and we will see you
Next time.
Peace.
Raid is through.